Today we're on the Blue Frog Truffle Farm, about 30 minutes from Canberra. I'm joined by Wayne. He's the farmer on the farm here. How are you doing? Thanks for inviting us down today.
Pleasure to have you here.
Today we came down really early in the cold winter morning of Canberra, and we had the dogs looking through and finding the truffles. And how much did we find this morning?
Oh, about 1.5 kilos.
And is that what you were expecting? Were you expecting more or less?
Oh, no, about that I thought, yeah, about that.
So how long have you been here for?
So we've been on the property for 7 years, but the trees were planted in 2003, so they're now 5 years old. This is the second year of harvest.
Second year harvest.
Second year.
So how long have they been doing truffles in Australia?
Oh, well, they started back in Tasmania back in the early 90s. I think the first one was found about 93.
Yeah.
And then they moved across to Western Australia and planted over there. So the industry's really starting to take off. There's over 600 hectares planted now.
Wow.
And there's about 160 odd truffle growers.
So how are the Australian truffles compared to the ones in Europe?
Well, the people that know, like our French chef that was here this morning, he thinks they're every bit as good.
Is that right?
Every bit as good as the European.
And how does the price compare?
If anything, the Australian ones are a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
A little cheaper.
You've got to put your prices up a little bit.
Well, we don't quite have the market in Australia at this point in time. Our export market is starting to pick up, and a lot of the truffles are going to export.
So tell us about how they grow and what kind of environment they need to grow in.
Okay, well, I'm not really an expert in that, but they really need a Mediterranean climate, as you've got around Canberra. You need good hot summers, and you need cold winters. Plenty of frosts to get the aroma developing.
And they grow underneath the trees and in the roots of the trees?
Yes, yes. So the bigger the trees and the older the Truffier, they will get further and further out from the trees.
So in 10 years' time, will you expect that you're getting 17 kilos out of there? Or?
Well, the projections are that for 1 hectare, you should be able to produce up to maybe 40 kilos per hectare.
Okay.
Yeah. So
today we're gonna do some cooking a bit later, but you've got some truffle with some eggs.
Oh yes. Well, this is one of the best ways to store them. I mean, you have to keep your truffles in the fridge anyway.
Okay.
And if you put them, just wrap them in a kitchen towel to absorb the moisture, because they lose moisture about 3% a day.
Okay.
Roughly. And just keep them in there and in with the eggs. And the aroma, the truffle aroma, infuses into the eggs.
So we're talking raw eggs here, they're not cooked?
No, raw eggs.
Okay, so this would be great for scrambled eggs and things like that?
Oh, fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Yes, sauces, custards, anything.
Okay.
This, the truffle is of the glutamate family, so it's a flavour enhancer.
Right.
So you can use it for virtually any food.
Okay. I might just explain to people at home, the reason the flavour that goes into the eggs is the shell has a semi-permeable shell on it, and that's the flavour goes into the egg and stays there. Now, if you took that out now and left these as they are, say another 2 weeks, will they still be as strong, or?
Not as strong, but they will hold the aroma for quite some while.
Okay.
The fats have a natural affinity for the volatile aromas from the truffle, and they hold the aroma.
Okay.
So any of the fats, creams, chicken fat, duck
carries
fat,
right through.
Yeah, all the way.
Okay.
And it's in the yolk of the egg, not the white.
Okay. So you've brought out the what's the correct name for this? It's like a truffle plane or something?
Oh, truffle cutter, truffle shaver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that the best way to prepare the truffles for use in cooking? Or?
Well, it depends. I mean, you can julienne the truffle, or
Sure.
you can shave it. If you want to shave it, this is the best way to do it. It's adjustable, and it'll give you a nice,
really thin.
Yes, and of course, really, what you're trying to do is expose the surface area of the truffle. The more surface area, the more aroma. So the better it is.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll try using the black truffle a bit later on. Thanks a lot for inviting us down, and I'll talk to you soon.
Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.